Kylie Jenner used to feel unstoppable. Her lip kits sold out in minutes, and there were hundreds of lines wrapped around Ulta. In fact, every single selfie she used to post felt like an ad that you could buy into. She was the youngest self-made billionaire, or at least she liked to claim she was.
About a year later, Forbes comes back into the mix and says Kylie actually lied on her tax documents, saying that she was a billionaire when she wasn't.
And she was splashed everywhere, all across magazine covers, ads, Instagram, you name it. Brands were absolutely begging to attach themselves to her name. Fast forward to now, and things have absolutely changed. The hype doesn't hit like it used to, and people scroll past her launches the way you scroll past an ad you've seen 10 million times. She's trying to sell transparency and honesty, but the audience doesn't bite the way they do for other creators that feel real and human on camera. When Tana Mongeau or Trisha Paytas overshare, fans love it because it feels like a messy FaceTime. But when Kylie overshares, it feels controlled and brand safe. That's the core problem. Kylie Jenner's businesses were built on shock value launches and an untouchable brand image. But today, nobody really wants to buy that. So you know you better buckle up, besties, and absolutely prepare for impact, because today we are going to deep dive into why nobody is buying Kylie Jenner's products and how it has inevitably caused her brand to die. R.I.P. King Kylie. R.I.P. Kylie Jenner. R.I.P. girl. Now, let's just start off and be blunt about the drop-off. The world changed. The algorithm changed. And us, the paying customers, because Lord knows I once did buy my good fair share of Kylie lip kits growing up. I was in that group of 200,000 girlies waiting for the drop. We have changed. And unfortunately, Kylie just didn't change fast enough. She used to tease a drop, post a few heavily edited pictures on Instagram, get her sisters and her mom to pose with it, and boom, it sells out. It worked because at the time, the internet treated celebrity as quality. If a Kardashian touched it, obviously it had to be good. But that spell truly wore off once we hit the 2020s. People watched hundreds of real TikTok reviews in plain overhead bathroom lighting. They saw dupes that literally were a third of the price. They saw lab talk with chemists, breakdowns from makeup artists, and don't buy this videos going viral. They learned how to actually tell the difference between good pigment and chalk, between a actually smart and new formula versus a repackaged one. Once you see that, a specific celebrity and really gorgeous glossy packaging isn't enough to actually get you to buy. Especially in today's economy. Who's buying in today's economy, girl? There's also saturation. Kylie Cosmetics, Kylie Skin, Kylie Baby, Kai, Sprinter Cocktails. Collaborations stacked on collaborations. That newest Kylie Jenner, Kai, Frankie's Bikinis collaboration that made me did a big yawn. Boring. When everything is just iconic, then absolutely nothing is. If it feels like every week is a launch week, you train your customers to wait for the next discount or the next PR drama to bring the price down.
And Kylie Jenner is scrambling to find a new way to make money. And I actually have a few pieces of evidence that support this theory, because in the past 2 months, she has out of nowhere launched 3 businesses. Kai, that leather thing that everybody ended up hating and returning.
I had to return mine.
Yeah. A fragrance that I literally do not know a single person that has bought. And now recently, a vodka seltzer thing that is also not performing well. And again, don't know anybody who's bought it. And it's interesting because the Kardashian strategy has always been like, you do 100 things until one of them works, and then you do that thing and you ride it. Like you think of Kim, right?
Yeah.
In the past has had KKWB.
Dash.
She's had Dash. She had a credit card at one point. There was a mobile app, but she finds Skims. She rides the wave, right? They're very good at Kendall with 818. You see how they find something. If it works, they ride it. So when I see one of them planting all these seeds again, to me, it's like, oh, it's because the wave they were riding before is about to come crashing down. What really is fascinating to me is looking at her businesses now to where she was in 2015 to 2017, where it felt like anything she touched turned to gold. She was still a teenager at 17 years old. She was the it girl.
On top of that, the I'm different this time, I'm being real version of Kylie that we've seen recently doesn't really land when the content around it looks completely fake and everything that she says is so deeply rehearsed. It's like she dropped her boob implant sizes and then poses in front of a camera showing something with her daughter, and it's supposed to feel really organic and natural and girl next door, girly best friend.
Why are you so shocked?
Did you dye your hair in that photo?
No, it was a wig. Mommy used to love wearing wigs and colored wigs.
A blue wig with a red outfit?
I know, it's not good.
It's not a good combo.
And then I just feel like how many people were behind the scheme. Like, this is a scheme. And then there's the basic math of price versus value. A $90 faux leather jacket from a celebrity brand has to beat a $90 jacket at Zara, Abercrombie, or a deeply loved indie label. A canned cocktail with a celebrity face behind it has to already beat what's in the cold section. And believe me, the beers are always stealing my heart, girl. We rep the beers. If a sip is mid or the fit is mid, the shelf becomes a graveyard. Once a few shoppers post, "This sat on my shelves at my store," that image sticks and spreads faster than any billboard. You can fight a bad review with marketing, but you can't fight an actual pattern and clear evidence that your products just aren't selling. And let me tell you, girl, like, I saw enough Sprinter cocktail reviews of people saying that they were so garbage and mid. I really wanted to make one and try it just for you guys on my like YouTube shorts. It just felt ridiculous because I knew nothing was gonna compare to a good old can of Coors. But saturation and smarter audiences isn't the only reason why Kylie Jenner's brands are dying. Because if that was the case, then the other brands that aren't built on authenticity would be underselling, right? Well, that's because a lot of these brands are taking into account something that is going to keep them relevant for years to come. And Kylie Jenner just hasn't done the same thing. At the end of the day, it all boils down to quality and marketing. Quality isn't just about clean ingredients or quality fabrics. Quality is, does this do what you said it would do in life, on my face, on my skin, or when I wear it? If a moisturizer promises glass skin and delivers the same finish as any old drugstore brand, that's a quality problem and a marketing problem. If a blazer costs triple what a mall brand blazer would cost and pulls at the arms and starts pilling after 2 nights of wear, everyone is going to flock to TikTok and complain. I'm looking at you, Molly May's brand. You know I'm looking at you with that first blazer drop. I see you. I'm always watching. When marketing sets fantasy expectations that it never will possibly live up to, people will return the item and everyone's gonna make TikTok videos about don't bother buying or spending your money on this product.
Even though people were complaining about the quality, it seemed like Kylie was still making tons and tons of money on this. But then in 2020, Kylie made a shocking business move when she sold 51% of her company to this very large beauty brand called Coty. Because Coty is a publicly traded company, they were required by law to release the financials of Kylie Cosmetics. And this is where things get interesting. See, Jenner's team and specifically her publicist wanted her to be on the cover of Forbes as the youngest self-made billionaire ever. So her publicists were reaching out to Forbes and trying to get her on the cover, and they were successful. But when Kylie Cosmetics was bought by Coty, they had to release the financials, and what the publicist said didn't line up with the actual financial statements. And they weren't off by a little, they were off by a lot. So Forbes is basically pissed that they got lied to, and they start redacting all these statements they made about Kylie. But that's not the only issue that Kylie faced. You remember this company Seed Beauty, the one that helped her launch the brand in the first place and manufacture the product? Well, when Kylie sold 51% of Kylie Cosmetics to this company Coty, Seed Beauty claimed that all their secrets as to how to manufacture the product got released to Coty, and Coty is a direct competitor to Seed, and they sued Kylie Cosmetics for releasing their secret. And with this lawsuit in hand, Kylie Cosmetics basically disappears off of the face of the earth. And now Kylie's trying to relaunch the brand, but it doesn't seem like it's working.
For example, Kylie Jenner was originally selling her lip kits with the idea that we could get a lip just like hers without getting any sort of plastic surgery. I've talked about this 1,000,001 times, but it's definitely something that hits home right in this specific moment. When you sell us the idea of something that is so outrageous and we don't simply get even an ounce of that result when we're wearing the product, who would repurchase that again? Who is going to be a repeat buyer? Marketing wise, the era of mystery swatches and random selfies is over. What matters is that you make something new, something that changes the game. I mean, these celebrities are mega millionaire, billionaire, trillionaires out here, you guys. And they obviously have the resources to create a brand new innovative product from scratch instead of outsourcing them to China or using already produced formulas, kind of like Kylie did with ColourPop. So customers want these celebrities to go ahead and create something new. Look at House Labs, for example, by Lady Gaga. On launch, it kind of died. People didn't hate it, but nobody was on TikTok posting hundreds of videos about it either. Gaga's team basically admitted it, ripped the entire brand apart, reformulated, then relaunched at Sephora with clear textures and payoffs and pigments that different customers could actually respect. The foundations and blushes actually started getting reviews from different creators that would never say this is totally fire and actually hyping the brand up because it was that good. That's quality catching up to the hype, and then the hype serving the quality.
How is Haus Labs able to pull off such a massive business turnaround story? They did this by going after a specific beauty category. Most of this info comes from this article in Puck. Haus Laboratories originally launched on Amazon in 2019. They're positioned as an affordable brand. As of 2022, they only did around $30 million in sales on Amazon, which was way less than they projected. And just for some context here, they received venture capital funding from Lightspeed Ventures before they officially came out with their product. So they're looking for this company to have substantial growth over the next few years. Because they launched right before the pandemic, it was really hard for customers to try on new makeup lines in person. Over the next few years, they work on reformulating the products to make them better. And in 2022, they have this major strategy shift. And they renamed the brand from Haus Laboratories to Haus Labs. So if they start selling their products at Sephora, that means that they're selling their products at a higher price point now. And they stop selling on Amazon. You come out with an offering at a lower price point and it's just doing okay. It's a lot harder to come out with a more expensive offering and have it do really well. But this is exactly what they did. According to insiders, they're killing it now. They were able to pull this off by focusing on a specific beauty subcategory, their foundation. This is what their customers are going crazy about. If you search for Haus Labs on TikTok, there are more hashtags for Haus Lab Foundation than Haus Labs itself. Haus Labs specifically went after that category and tried to make it the best in the market.
This could be also said for Rare Beauty. Ariana's brand stumbled out the gate, then slowly earned back attention by quietly improving formulas and focusing on what her audience actually uses. On the note of Rem Beauty by Ariana Grande, you guys, if you have been clocking my descriptions down below with my lip combo, the Rem Beauty, what is this? This glossy balm? I have it in the shade Hocus Cocoa. Oh my, this is a daily bop for me, you guys. It doesn't give you that white nasty stuff in the middle of your mouth. If you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Not sticky, balmy. You could do a no makeup look with this and it would so slay. It is sheer gorgeous. Wearing it right now. I absolutely did not expect to love this to the level that I do. Packaging's ugly, but I love it. Like, I love this on the level of like a Fenty gloss, and I've been ride or die for those since they dropped, but I had to throw that in there. On the flip side though, think about Item Beauty by Addison Rae. Big name, big placement, and then poof, because the products just didn't root themselves in a position where people wanted to reorder.
What happened to Addison Rae's beauty brand, Item Beauty? I'm a beauty founder, and I'm gonna break it down in a way that I have not seen yet. Item Beauty launched in 2020 as a collaboration with Ipsy's sister brand, actually, and it was clean, cruelty-free, and a big hit with Gen Z as soon as it launched. Their viral product was their lip whip oil, which was viral because it was a non-sticky lip oil. Not long after launch, Sephora, their main retail partner, dropped them from shelves in a very quiet way, and this clearly hurt them in terms of visibility and retail sales. Even with a massive following, it's very difficult to convert followers into sales. If a brand's not doing anything groundbreaking, it's very hard to keep present in such a saturated market.
Kylie Cosmetics then had the opposite problem. People desperately wanted to love it, but quality control issues nuked the brand for a really long time. You can totally market your way into a very first sale, but you definitely can't market your way into a second one. If the people decided they hate your product and think that your hairy lipsticks are disgusting, they are never coming back. And that's kind of what happened to Kylie. Instead of focusing on making new products that actually changed the game, she basically just copy and pasted what any other brand was doing at the time. It's boring and it doesn't sell. I think she has not had an innovation since the lip kit. Obviously, having a lip liner and some sort of lip product come in a one pack is an absolutely fantastic idea, and that was her very first launch. How can you say that? That was years ago. Kylie Jenner launched Kylie Cosmetics in 2015. She has not had an innovation in 10 years. I don't know why either. Like, I don't get it. We also have to consider the fact that consumer education is better than it ever has been. The average shopper now has a mental checklist that they never used to have in 2016. What's in it? Who's it for? How does it break down on oily skin? Is it gonna break me out? What's the return policy if I hate it? They've watched cosmetic chemists explain why some actives are just window dressing. They've watched dermatologists explain irritation and barrier damage in plain English. They've seen makeup artists put a $12 blush next to a $38 blush and ask, can you really tell the difference? And then of course there's the newfound dupe culture. e.l.f. completely ate up the market by not focusing on being cute and having girly packaging that sells, but by being shamelessly good at giving people incredibly good formulas for under $20, and then being really loud about it online until the whole Matt Rife thing. Crickets for me. They're not celebrity-led. They do the internet almost better than anybody, and they make products that actually punch up, and the prices are impressive. That's terrifying if you're trying to sell a high-priced, mediocre formula just on vibes alone. Sometimes vibes aren't enough. Education shift also hit skincare really hard. Rhode doesn't throw the entire INCI dictionary at you. The outset Makeup by Scarlett Johansson built a gentle, minimalist routine and didn't try to arm wrestle dermatologists. Meanwhile, other celebrity brands like to throw in words like clean, natural, luxury, without an actual scientific backbone, and got completely roasted for it.
I'm gonna give you a brutally honest review for these 3 celebrity skincare lines. First up is Kylie Skin, which honestly got its biggest bad rap after that Jeffree Star video that was actually riddled with misinformation. Do I think every product is great? No, but larger brands have hits and misses, but there are quite a few good products in here that could actually even act as dupes for way more expensive popular ones. Then we have Rhode, which I think is one of the smartest brand launches of all time, not even just celebrity skincare. Because this came about right after everyone had been dousing their skin in tons of chemical exfoliants like the ordinary AHA, BHA peel, and this entire line is about restoring the skin.
When every third TikTok is an esthetician telling you that your face is literally fried, it becomes harder to sell a mystery serum at luxury prices. People are broke, people are busy, and people read comments and actually choose to be informed today. One stitch of a video saying, "My skin completely broke out in hives from this," will beat any video that Kylie likes to make trying to promote her brand. And we don't want to talk about the fact that she probably doesn't even use her products to begin with. Probably never has, let's be for real. People also want to buy from real people. The audience's patience for marble countertop monologue is like completely gone. They want the founder to show up like a friend, not a brand. That's why somebody, for example, like Tana Mongeau and Trisha Paytas can literally sell merch or product or whatever, no matter how crazy and chaotic they are. Fans start to feel like they're actually in the room when these decisions are being made, and these real women are trying to sell you real products that they love, not just trying to throw things out there and make you buy them. Like Tana Mongeau today popped out and was sharing her Tarte lip kit that she'll be dropping I don't know when. Tell me why I felt a very strong desire to buy it. Not because I love Tana Mongeau, but because I truly believe that where she came from, she's gonna be sharing with us only the best products and only getting the girlies to buy what she loves. Then contrast that with Kylie Jenner's "I'm being open" content. It looks styled. It still sounds coached and rehearsed. Like, just take a look at this video of her sharing her hair tips. Sure, the tips themselves might be somewhat helpful, but then you see her personal stylist standing behind her, and you have to stop yourself from actually rolling your eyes. Authentic, and authenticity is annoying to hear, but it's still really the only way to win long term. Authentic isn't just a mood board either. It's not something you throw on and take off, because celebrities and brands can actually use that to defend themselves in the comment sections when comments start to get mean. This is why Haus Labs crawled back from a soft launch and why Fenty never left the center of the room. This is also another reason why a lot of celebrity skin lines faded. They were built simply on fame and an idea. Oh, my skin line is so good, everybody's gonna love it, and then nothing else. If you want a cautionary tale here, take a look at Morphe, the influencer first, hype first model that literally printed money for years. Then their favorite influencers, James Charles, Shane Dawson, and Jeffree Star, got entangled in some of the internet's biggest controversies. And at that point, Morphe had to take a step back out of the limelight and actually produce some real good product, good AF products, without relying on famous celebrities to give them a shout out or create a palette with them. Like, bro, I feel scared even mentioning those names on my channel. Like, I feel like you guys are gonna cook me for talking about those guys. In hair, look at JVN Hair. There's a big name behind it, but it didn't rely on I'm Jonathan Van Ness. They talk ingredients, they demo, they treat curly hair like a science. In skin, the outset didn't try to be everything. It tried to be gentle and consistent. In teen beauty, Florence by Mills knows its lane and sticks to it. Pastel, easy, youthful beginner vibes, without pretending somehow that it's this pro artistry. When brands know who they are for and why they exist, the customer is gonna walk up to them first. It just makes things easier. But once we start having brands trying to look like a celebrity's merch table, that's when the sales really start to dry up. Kylie's brands aren't fading because people turned on her. They're fading because what used to work doesn't work anymore when everyone has a front row seat to how things are made and 100 honest reviews in their feed by noon. Other celebrities and influencer brands are still proof that people love a big name brand. They only really need the big name to show off their work and make your mornings easier, not your vanity prettier. My vanity back there is a mess. Fenty, Rare, dare I say Rhode, and Haus Labs picked a lane and decided to stay there long enough for trust to stack. At one point, Skims and Good American solved daily fit problems and let all of the try-on videos do the bragging. A long list of celebrity skincare lines learned that luxury and promises without any sort of spine eventually start to collapse. Right now, the market is simply rewarding trust. And the second that Kylie finally decides to build that in public, instead of assuming that that the name alone can carry the cart, the same people who scrolled past just might end up deciding to buy again. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please throw a big fat thumbs up and also comment down below. Have you guys tried any of Kylie's recent products? Have you liked any of them? Me personally, they are still collecting dust at my drugstore. I am not gonna lie to you. I check on them every time I'm there. I just want to see, girl, are people picking them up? If you enjoyed today's video, you can go ahead and click here to find out all about why Kim Kardashian's brands are dying. Yeah, her entire skincare line, it's gone down the tubes, never to be seen again. Or you guys can go ahead and click here to watch my deep dive on the death of Kylie Cosmetics. That one is a very good one. I even try the lip kits in it. I feel like you're gonna enjoy that. You guys know I love you and I only make these videos because I truly want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.